We're all gonna die one day.
That's how I live my life. It's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find solace in that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you know what? Everyone I know that exists and everyone that will exist, my children, my children's children, very soon in the grand scale of the timeline of existence.
Yeah.
It's all a little blip. And I don't feel, and then it makes your hemorrhoids not feel so bad.
Exactly. And with that, I want to introduce you guys to our podcast. Welcome back to Thoughts with Ben and Zack. We didn't do this at the beginning of the episode because we're dumb. So we're going to cut this into the beginning.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm Zack,
And I'm
one
Ben.
of your hosts.
Oh, whoops. I came in too early.
I'm Zack,
I'm Ben,
and we're both hosting this podcast.
co-host. Equal Opportunity Lenders,
Exactly.
LLC. Oh, I was going to say, yes, I think the temperature of your fart determines the smell quality.
That could be true. Is there any science to back that up?
No, but I mean, all the scientific method is just testing and retesting. So
Super true.
every time I have a hot fart, it stinks, and every time I have a cold fart, it doesn't stink. So science
Well, that one was cold.
would tell you. I didn't smell it,
Mhm.
so
So you got to fix your mic. It keeps going back to.
what?
I noticed because I watched through the video that you sent me for
Yeah.
like that first part, and the entire time it was like this. The blue light was out,
Blue light
and
out.
the rip was just
'Kay.
straight on.
Well,
We need to have better presentation because we don't have a very high budget, so this isn't.
it's on us
Yeah.
to maintain production
we gotta
quality.
iron out that 20% that we can control.
Okay, wait.
The 80% is how swaggy our jokes are.
God, you said swag in the last one too. I was like, man,
Yeah, it's I've re-added it back into my vernacular.
well, as always, we said in our heads we were going to be really prepared.
Last week we said after we record this, we're going to prepare something. We proceeded to not do that. So maybe next week we will.
I mean, we do. I would say we do and we don't.
Yeah, we it's like about as much preparing as a analogy.
There you go. There, case in point. Well, I mean, we like have ideas. We just like kind of let them come naturally. We don't like preset them.
Speaking of coming naturally,
Anyways, you look like Bane, dude.
that was the goal when I got this. I mean, my grandma gave it to me for Christmas.
Your grandma wanted you to look like Bane.
Yeah, I
Bane
wanted
jacket.
to look like Bane. Tom Hardy is my celebrity crush. I want to be just like him.
And your grandma
Wanted me.
must have loved The Dark Knight Rises.
It's definitely her top 5 favorite films,
I love that movie so much.
Next
I'm going to
to-
make my grandson look like Bane.
next to Citizen Kane and Casablanca, movies from her generation.
Old movies suck, dude. Well, it's like,
I-
think about, like, have you ever watched, like, a movie from, like, I watched the, what's the movie? There's an old movie about, it's like the something Falcon,
Peanut Butter Falcon, is that it?
no,
The
that's a
newer one?
different, that's a new movie. This is
Yeah.
an old one. It's like, shit, we'd have to look it up. Look it up. We look it up?
Sure.
Because I need to make sure this is accurate. It was like the something Falcon. It's like an old like 40s movie, and I had to watch it. I think I watched it for a class, and I remember just being like, "Man, this movie fucking
The
sucks."
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No.
Shout out to Marvel, dude.
All right,
I
classic
looked up
piece of
Falcon
cinematic
movie,
history.
and the first thing that comes up is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's not even a movie.
It's not.
It's a show.
That's all we watched in that class. We just watched. It's like called the something. It's like some kind of like jewel color. It's like a color, a jewel, like the emerald. Falcon or the. It's like literally like consistently
Falcon movie.
in the top like 10 movies of all time.
Really?
Top, I swear.
I should know this. You said 1940s?
Is that yeah? Had like some famous.
The Falcon?
No.
The Gay Falcon?
No.
The Gay Falcon is a 1941 B film.
No, it's
the
not
first
the
in a
Gay
series
Falcon.
of 16 films about a suave detective.
You can stop reading about it because it's not the Gay Falcon.
Sorry.
I think I would remember if it was called the Gay Falcon.
The Maltese Falcon.
The Maltese Falcon. There it is.
I don't think that's a...
What
Isn't
do you
that a
mean?
dog? Not a...
A falcon? No, falcon is not a dog. I don't know. Whatever. It sounds like it should be like a color, but it sucked.
Huh. Oh, it's about a statue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Humphrey Bogart, of course.
Yeah. See, I was literally going to say I knew that the main character's first name was like Henry or Hare. Something like
Close.
formal with an H.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie blows. Sorry.
There are good old movies.
Yeah.
I really like Rear Window. It was a Hitchcock movie with Jimmy Stewart, who was
NASCAR driver?
Huh?
I know NASCAR driver.
I know nothing about NASCAR.
I'm pretty sure it's a NASCAR guy.
He might be a NASCAR driver.
I don't think it's probably two different Jimmy Stewarts, but I'm pretty sure there is a
likely.
NASCAR guy named Jimmy Stewart.
Like he's alive now.
Maybe
Because I don't think Alfred Hitchcock's Jimmy Stewart is alive anymore. Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
The main character, that's Jimmy Stewart.
Is that the one where the... Man, I saw it a long time ago. You can't throwing quotes at me is just gonna be right here. I mean, as long as it's not. Is that? Man, if we're talking Christmas movies, I do have a bone to pick with one Christmas movie in particular.
Mm-hmm. Shoot.
I can't remember what it's called. It's the one with the BB gun and the
Christmas Story.
I hate that movie.
It's about nothing.
Yeah, it's one of the most disgusting displays of cinema I've ever seen.
I like when he gets revenge on the bully. Just beats him down.
Yeah.
It's a real heartwarming story of revenge.
That's what a Christmas Story is about. That's the theme.
Yeah.
It's about
adults being shitty.
Yeah.
You should beat up your bullies. And you sometimes get what you want, even if it is risky. Yeah. It's the American dream, honestly.
Oh, and don't forget the horrifically racist scene at the Chinese restaurant.
That was pretty
way over the top Chinese stereotypical people. They might have given them like buck teeth. Like they really.
They may have, honestly. Now that I think about it.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that that's what happened.
That's a very. What year did that come out?
Man, like
I don't even remember.
Not even that old, like the 70s.
Yeah, but didn't it take place in like the 50s or something? Or
yeah, it was supposed to, because I feel like it was supposed to like resonate with like people who grew up. Yeah, cause like they're like, that was like my childhood. I remember we had those same, like Asian people were just like that too.
Yeah, and then they ruined our country. It's crazy how that
Boomers
works.
Boomers or Asian people?
Boomers.
Oh, okay.
No, not Asian people.
We love Asian people here.
They improved our country.
Yeah.
All
love for the Asians.
I want to go back into the movies topic.
Okay, you were talking about, I derailed us because I picked
old
the bone.
movies.
Yeah.
Rear Window's a good one. It's about a peeping Tom, and then he witnesses a murder, and he's like paranoid that he's going to get murdered.
That's like that one movie.
And then he does get murdered. What?
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen it.
Spoiler.
I can't watch it. Okay. I like old movies. I like Apocalypse Now. Now, I don't know how we going to class. That's like 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like old.
It's
and
older,
like,
though.
I have seen Psycho. The Wizard of Oz is the scariest movie of all time. That movie
I hate that
gives
movie.
me the creeps. It's creepy.
It is.
I don't like the Wicked Witch. It was scary. She still is. But it's like the most beloved movie. I mean, it was at
by
one
boomers.
Point. I heard
once again ruining our country. Go ahead.
Damn.
Sorry.
Talking to you, Dad.
Fuck your dad, a boomer.
Yeah, haven't you seen him, bro?
Sorry.
Oh, it's alright. He's fine.
Except for your dad. Your dad's cool.
Yeah, he's one of the cool boomers.
Yeah, the very few.
But my mom, fuck that lady. Just kidding, Mom.
Cut that out, please.
Cut that out. Shit. Oh, The Wizard of Oz. I watched a video about like how awful the people in that movie were treated. Like
Yeah.
people almost like died. The dude in the lion suit,
Mm-hmm.
like almost like died from heat exhaustion
Oh,
from the
yeah.
lion suit because they fucking
Didn't they use like an actual lion skin
yeah
for
they
that
just for
too?
like it was like early 40s Hollywood makeup, so they were just like, yeah, we're gonna put like a 300-pound suit of fur on you.
That's fun. Eat your heart out, PETA.
I don't know if it was an actual lion. I don't know.
I think it was.
He was fluffy from top to bottom though, and a lion is only
Well, they
fluffy in a specific part. They're short-haired
yeah.
everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like a, you know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. What do you think it feels like to pet a lion? You think it feels like petting a boxer?
Probably feels pretty rough. I'm pretty sure the tongue of a lion is like the equivalent of like sandpaper.
Yeah,
And if they
well, I
licked
mean-
you, it'd probably rub your skin off.
Well, I mean, my fucking cat licks
It's
me
already
and
bad
it
enough.
hurts, and I'm like, what the hell?
Damn.
Guys, see, I was just gonna slander the breed of boxers, the dog breed, and then it's probably not worth it.
What do boxers have to do with this?
I just don't like boxers. It's fine.
What about Mike Tyson?
No. No. The dogs. Boxer dogs. I hate.
But what do you hate about
They're
boxers?
ugly. And they have short hair.
Yeah.
If you don't, you have two options as a dog. You either be cute
Mm-hmm.
and lovable,
Mm-hmm.
or you be big and fluffy. If you
What
meet neither of those criteria, then you're out, in my opinion.
I feel like we're missing a lot of things there because
That's
big and fluffy is very specific, but cute and lovable is very like a lot of things. Because you could be big and fluffy, and you could be also cute and lovable, right?
yeah. And then you're a border collie,
what
the
if you're-
ultimate dog.
Like, I can't disagree with that, but at the same time, I would never own one.
We're getting very tangential.
I wanted to ask you,
There's a word for you.
what's your favorite movie?
All time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have like. It's so funny because I was literally just thinking about this
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, okay, can I have two? I don't know.
Yeah, I have
like,
two.
Okay, so there's like, and because these are two very separate genres, that's why it's like hard to be like. So, my number one, just like pure like nostalgia, the movie I grew up on, the movie I watched. I mean, it's a great movie. Is The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight. I think it's just.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be yours?
No.
Okay, good. Why is that funny then?
Because we were talking about Bane.
Yeah. Well, that's a different movie. This is The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Bane is in The Dark Knight.
It Rises.
That's a different movie.
I know. It's the sequel.
It's your grandma's favorite movie.
Yeah, true.
Snap. My other favorite movie, which has become more recent, and I watched it, and it was just like, I just love, even though it's kind of hard to watch because it's sad, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I'm familiar. I haven't watched it, though.
It's a really good movie. It's, I mean, yeah, I would say that, and that's like a really like realistic depiction of like relationships. And
Who's in it?
Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. That might be really off base. I think it's Kate Winslet.
It's one of the two cases.
She's like a British actor, but she plays the fuck out of it. But yeah, it's like so she erases. They're in a relationship, and then they break up, and she like goes to this place where they can like erase memories of people.
Mm-hmm.
So then Jim Carrey finds out, and then he decides to start erasing memories, and you like lay in bed at night, and this like guy comes and like does it all. It's like obviously
the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, but he's like with a bunch of computers and wires. I'm pretty sure it's Mark Ruffalo actually. That also might be off base, but
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Then
so
you're like seeing their whole relationship in like reverse.
That's depressing. That's like that
And you're
reminds
like
me of the movie Click with Adam Sandler.
No. I've seen Click. Trust me, I've seen Click many
I've
times.
seen it a few times.
It's not like the movie Click with Adam Sandler.
I don't know. I haven't watched your favorite, so
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So those are the two. I was literally just thinking about that.
You want to hear my two favorites?
Yeah.
Venom and Venom 2.
You're such a fuck, dude?
I love Tom Hardy. No, I hated the first Venom. Didn't see the second one, and I stand by that decision.
I did watch the first Venom, and I was excited because I like the concept is there, and then
he's one of my favorite Marvel characters. Not to say I'm not sick of superhero movies in general. And
yeah, Jesus
Marvel
Christ, they
and,
really just beat that genre into the fucking ground, haven't
well,
they?
makes the big bucks.
I mean, you can't knock them for it, but like Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, the first one was like pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
I heard the second one was really bad. I didn't want to see it.
Well, the quality must have been good if it cracked your list.
True.
Top 2 all time. Also, I should have known you were just setting that up. I went and explained this whole movie about relationships, and then you were just setting up that fucking joke.
God. Do you want to actually hear my...
Yeah, well, now you have to tell me. Yeah. Or number 1.
I think just by default of how many times I've seen it, Django Unchained is up there.
Django.
It has a killer soundtrack, excellent performances across the board. Just a great film overall. I hate ranking things in like such a strict category. I like to have very fluid, like things could come in and out of what I really like and what I don't. My favorite is probably Blade Runner 2049.
That's a great movie.
It's really good. It's super slow, and I've noticed I really like slow movies that just kind of take their time, and kind of build the overarching narrative. And I keep saying We'll circle back to that.
To the thing?
Yeah, I need to kill that habit.
That's all right. You can go to Toastmasters class.
It's true. I get squeaked.
I'll squeak you, motherfucker.
Yeah, Blade Runner 2040. God damn it, Blade Runner 2049. Excellent film.
I feel like people like to like things once it becomes not trendy to like them. Is that what you're saying? Like to look back and be like,
to a degree.
You know what? Now that people are like, everyone's on this train, so I'm gonna be like, I like this. I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think what I'm trying to say is the things that are considered like the greatest, the pinnacle, are things that are definitely like very good. Definitely master classes of that like category that they're in. But I don't think people give newer productions a chance in terms of like ranking things that are.
Yeah.
I need to.
Well, I think I get what you're saying
more.
because it's like, okay, here's a good example. I had a friend who made he texted me and asked me to send my top 20 songs of all time.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, that's a big ask.
That's pretty hard to do.
And I found myself being like feeling like I should be putting older stuff on it because it's like it's been given time and like it's like tried and true, and like I put a song from like 2020 or 2021 on there, and like I was like, oh yeah, this might crack top 5, and it like felt weird, like, oh, but it's so new, like, yeah, exactly. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah,
so like, it's so new. Why hasn't been given the time to like grow? I guess
this is why I hate boomers. Because they brainwashed us into thinking that new things can't be as good as things they grew up with. Wrong.
God, you got a vendetta against
Soulja Boy, Crank That. Top 5 songs of all time. Not just rap. All songs. All music. This actually works because I wanted to bring up the topic of controversial music takes. I thought of this yesterday.
You've had a whole agenda with that movie talk.
I've really been planning
and
this
boomers,
entire time.
Man. Boomers are not safe.
I'm coming for boomers on this one. We came for people with cars that have eyelashes on the
Yeah.
last one, people that drink Bang.
We came for a lot of people on the last one.
Yeah, that's just gonna be a reoccurring theme, I think.
It's fine. I like to alienate people.
Yeah,
It's
we
good.
need to otherize people.
Yeah, people
Doesn't
love that.
happen enough.
People love that.
Yeah, especially two college age white guys otherizing people. That's what they want.
That's what we call a tradition.
Jesus. Everyone's welcome here.
Yeah, just gotta fucking come back and make sure it's
Um,
a joke.
I was actually seriously thinking about this though.
Rain.
I was listening to Chance the Rapper's Acid Rap, his breakout mixtape. It's a mixtape, not an album. Same shit though.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
re- I like only because I just think this is hilarious that I was thinking about my favorite movie and then you asked me about the movies. I swear to God, last night I was looking at, like, I kind of understood the difference between albums and mixtapes, but I was like looking at like the full difference between like albums, mixtapes, EPs,
LPs. Mhm.
So now I understand that in its entirety. But I just continue. I just think that's funny.
What is the difference between an album and a mixtape? A mixtape is probably something that you like do independently, and
An album is like a studio album, like, and a mixtape, yeah, it's like it's independently funded, and apparently it's like usually not like you're not selling, like, it's according to whatever I looked up, a mixtape is like theoretically free, like you're putting it out to grow yourself as. That's why like independent, like people trying to make it in the music industry release mixtapes because like it's all self-produced and they're just trying to get themselves out there. They're not like necessarily trying to turn a profit yet.
Yeah, that makes
so I
sense.
guess that's it. But like a lot of rappers like will still release anyways.
Yeah. I think Acid Rap ranks in the top 10 of all rap albums.
Why is that? Let me ask, why is that controversial?
Well, like I said, this goes back to people wanting to rank the classics, the older original works probably higher than newer things. And I think Acid Rap's probably way too new for people to consider, and it's just a mixtape. It's not an album.
But and mixtape is like the same length as an album usually.
Yeah.
So
As opposed to an LP or an EP. Is an EP a solo work or
extended project.
Oh, okay.
It's like a shortened, like, it's not a single, but it's not an album, so it might be like 4 songs or something.
Then what's an LP?
It's just another name for like an album. Just a long project, just a full.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like, what are the odds? Anyways, I agree.
On what?
I agree with, well, here's the thing I've also learned is like I hate lists.
Yeah,
in general.
me too.
Like I love lists and I hate lists. I love hearing people's lists of like, here's my favorite, because like it's very personal.
Yeah,
you'd be like this is my like. This is because everyone has a different experience, and like with music, it's like everyone's experience with it is subjective, and like a lot of people attach meaning and feelings to music. So like even maybe if it's not like quote unquote like a traditionally good song, I get, some people might hear it and just be like, oh, that song fucking sucks, but like someone else like has like an experience with that song and like a memory, and like that's what gives, it makes you think about something. So like I hate when people are like, oh, like your list is wrong, or like this is wrong. Like it's such an arbitrary thing. So I love it. I love to hear people's like, because I like that it's different and like everyone has a different view, but I hate that people think it's like there's like a right and wrong to it. Because it's such a subjective and honestly arbitrary thing.
I was listening to a stream yesterday, and they started to talk about music theory, and they made a really good point, which was the West really tries to objectify art like way too heavily. There obviously has to be some amount of objectivity. Making a song out of the incorrect notes in a.
Yeah.
That's what music theory exists for. But everything's gonna resonate differently with other people. And trying to tell someone they're right or wrong for liking something is probably the incorrect thing to do. I'm dead in the water. Save me.
You're dead. Oh, you run out. Well,
Yeah.
see, and I feel like I used to be that like guy too, where I would like
Yeah.
criticize people's music.
Of
Not
course.
criticize, but like be like, oh, you listen to that.
Everyone
Like,
does. Like,
yeah, and like that's fine. But like
Yeah.
now I'm like, okay, well, you can listen to whatever you want, like, and or like how it's hard. You can't sit there and judge someone's likes because it's like, well, that's you have two completely different subjective experiences. So how
yeah.
it's like impossible for you to know what that song or album makes them feel or think
Yeah.
or
remember.
or resonate. Yeah, like you can't because you can't recreate their memories or their.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that was like, oh, like most people that are like that have an attachment to a song, it's like partly because of the song, but like a lot of reason is like whoever it makes you think about when you hear the song is like why people might or a time.
Yeah.
So
To sum it up, if you don't think acid rap is in the top 10 greatest rap albums of all time, you're incorrect. And I want you to know that your opinion has the smallest amount of value in this world. Please do not speak about anything ever again.
and fuck you, Toastmasters.
Yeah.
We're
fuck
still
you,
out on
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters. I'm still out on Toastmasters.
God, I hate those people. One of my sister's friends' dads does Toastmasters.
Sisters, friends, dads. Sisters, friends, dads. Got it.
I mean, they're not friends anymore, so I guess
Sisters,
ex-friends.
ex-friend, dad.
dad.
Still the same lineage. Okay.
Yeah. He does Toastmasters, and he met his wife there.
Shit. Maybe I need to get to Toastmasters.
So
I need a piece.
besides you, if you happen to be listening, because you know who I am, and I know who you are.
Man.
You're a very kind man.
Wow.
And I'm sure your wife is a lovely person. Besides you guys, fuck Toastmasters and everyone who participates.
I love how we're alienating, but we're also alienating people from the people we've alienated to bring them back in to unalienate
They're not going to be
them.
welcome there anymore.
This is really, it's very confusing.
That's what I like to do. I like
Yeah.
to keep people on their toes. I want you to think about what I'm saying. I say way too much.
That's right.
I didn't say it in the... I don't even know if I said it in the last sentence. It's just... I
It
think
happens.
that's what I've replaced swearing with now.
Well, it's a skill. I think
Yeah.
one of the ways to, and I say, I drop like a lot. I notice I'm like.
You did say like...
I said a lot. I know I notice it. Like when I'm listening, I'm
in
like, man,
one
I keep
sentence, I
saying it.
think you said it 5 times.
I don't know why it's
It's a
pain
filler.
in the yeah, it's a filler.
It's
word.
it's giving our brain a chance to
Yeah.
jump to the next topic, and especially since we're not used to speaking in a format like this quickly, I need to stop doing this. Finger gun. Blur that out. I don't want to get demonetized.
We ain't got no monetization.
True.
We ain't making no
So
fucking
true.
money.
You guys got to monetize us quick. The gas prices are killing me. Last month, I think I spent $200 on gas. Not last month. The last 3 weeks. It's a lot of gas.
That is.
I need to get a more fuel efficient car.
Should get a bike. Start biking everywhere.
I think I would probably get hit 2/4 of the way here, aka half of the way here. Maybe. So let's rephrase that. 1/4 of the way here, I would get hit riding my bike. People out here want to hit people on bikes. It's just the reality of it.
Yeah. Well,
Portland's unsafe.
nice. Now they know where we live.
I said it on the last one too.
You did?
Yeah, I'm fine if people know that this is a
Okay, well, you were the one-
podcast based in Portland.
Okay, well, you were the one that was like getting me all worked up. You're like, I don't want to get, dude. We can't talk about swatting.
Portland's a
I don't
major
want to get
city.
swatted. Like,
we could be in the zoo for all you guys know.
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, there's a TV right here and a lamp.
This could be the basement of a zoo.
That's cool. The zoo is cool though.
Zoo's cool. Stuff on cats.
My sister follows that subreddit.
Oh, really? Bless you.
I farted in the mic. I've always wanted to do that. What do you think it sounds like?
I'm sure it sounds great. How can I get chlamydia?
That's a good one. I wish Yahoo Answers still existed. That was so easy to find like awful questions.
Every podcaster lost a few years off their lifespan when Yahoo questions went down.
That was all our material. I, 48, saw my son's phone, 15, and saw something called the Big Chungus. Should I be concerned?
Yes. Very much so. It's going to, because it starts with that, and then he turns into me. It's a two-stage process.
You're saying Bingus and Bing chillin' and cringe.
You have thoroughly ruined your life.
Can't believe you don't have a fedora yet. You're one step away from a fedora.
30 steps away.
No way, dude. You're close. You're
You know how
close.
much swag I have? You think someone who wears a fedora would say swag?
That's exactly what they would say.
No, that's the opposite of what they would say. They would say, swagger is for boys. Class is for gentlemen. Remember 2012?
Yeah.
Remember 2009?
Um,
Epic Pizza Rainbow XD Unicorn?
See, but you remember it. I like.
Unfortunately, it's like a brain tumor. No offense to anyone with brain tumors. We respect you around here. All right, I have one. You ready?
Okay. Listen to this question though first.
Uh-huh.
My son keeps misbehaving, so I have temporarily banned his water privileges. He hasn't learned his lesson yet and still calls me a bad parent. What do I do?
Isn't that what the Ukraine did to Crimea?
Take their water away? It's a power play.
Maybe.
Should take away the single most essential life force on this planet from
70% of you. I think it's like 67%.
We've had this conversation.
61%. I looked it up
70.
afterwards.
Okay. All right. We're back.
All right.
We took a piss break, and so what do we have?
We're back with "Am I the Asshole?" On Reddit.
Great Reddit. I hope this is good.
So I mean I do too. I rarely go on here. This one is "Am I the asshole for refusing to let a kid?" People need to work on their grammar. Okay, this is a horribly written sentence. Am I the asshole for refusing to let a kid to ride my horse because she was too big? Am I the asshole for refusing to let a child ride my horse because she was too big? Am I the asshole? That might sound bad, but hear me out.
Oh, there's more?
Well, that was just the...
Oh, that's right, the header.
We have to have context,
Yeah,
Ben.
you're right. I was literally gonna say what's the context. Okay.
I, 26F.
Female.
F means yeah. Very good.
Shout out to women.
26 years old. Work in a yard with horses and mostly give lessons to either adults or those with experience. I do not teach kids. I also have my own horse stabled there, who is also a competition horse. The yard gives lessons to people. However, in order to book a lesson, they either need to call or message us or fill in the form on our website with information about themselves, such as age, experience, height, and weight, so we can make sure they are riding a suitable horse. So, like, if you're like 6'8", 300 pounds, you're in the NFL, you're not going to be riding a Mustang. They're giving you a Clydesdale. Something with some real girth on it. That's a big horse.
Seems
Those
tracks.
things pull big wagons. A lot of horsepower. I don't know what this bit is.
Just keep reading.
I like Clydesdales. They're cool. They're big.
This is all lost on me. I don't know. Anything
I don't.
about
I don't.
horses.
Okay, let me rephrase my stance on horses. I don't trust horses. They're too big, and they have too much power. We name a unit of power after them.
Yeah.
That's not something that I trust.
I'm
Now,
never
a bull-
standing behind a horse. I'm getting
Yeah.
fucking kicked.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, a bull. I love videos of dudes getting fucked up at rodeos. I'm sorry.
That's messed up.
Or like they get flipped. I'm not saying like I want them to get like impaled. They dole the horns.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when they just get like fucking flipped in the air.
Yeah, and just break like
But, like,
6 ribs.
Here's the thing: is like, how am I supposed to feel bad for you if you are literally?
Yeah, you did put
signing-
yourself in that position.
You're like, hey man, I'm gonna do a sport where my goal is to irritate a bull for as long as possible. That's literally what you're doing. I'm just gonna try to irritate him for as long as I can. I'm gonna see if I can irritate him longer.
I'm definitely not a fan of bull riding.
I've been to a few rodeos.
I've been to a few.
Bull riding is the best part, but like, I mean, you do have to be a psychopath. Like, you have to be a fucking stone cold psychopath to do it. But like,
True.
Also, I don't feel bad. It's like if you're playing in the NFL and like
People who ride bulls are like NASCAR drivers, just with a little more sociopathy in their brain.
yeah, it's like like NFL players are like, yeah, I know what I'm signing up for. Like, I know the risks. But anyways,
Yeah.
So I like seeing people get fucked up.
Let's
Not
see.
bad, just like I like them to get fucked up, but be okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Teach a lesson.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Maybe you quit after that one.
no, I don't want. Just
maybe
didn't get
maybe
tossed around.
maybe getting impaled,
no,
but like in a non-lethal area,
no
like
impalers. Well,
like through your
matadors can get fucking stabbed. I don't care
Yeah,
because
but
they stab the bulls. They're trying to kill the bull too.
It's literally just killing a bull. That's
So, like,
pretty fucked
So
up.
when they get killed, I'm like, okay, well, I mean,
You know why they use the red
an eye for an eye.
cape thing?
So
It's not because bulls hate the color red. It's because they want to cover up the blood.
yeah,
Nice. Good one, Spain.
fuck you, matadors.
You're lucky we speak Spanish.
You're gonna do a history joke, weren't you? Were you gonna do a history joke?
I don't know.
Matadors, you're out. Add to the list of people who can't watch this. If you're a matador, you may not watch.
I was gonna speak Spanish. I've kind of lost it after the years.
The wrong guy.
No more killing bulls,
Wow.
please and thank you.
Such an honorable thing to do. Anyways,
We
got
also
derailed.
accept walk-ins. They have to speak to receptionist to see. You should have to pass a test to post anything on the internet. There should be like some sort of. Sorry, we can't segregate the internet.
That's everybody, man.
This is so. It's hard.
Okay, so what's the?
I'm
can
the
you
asshole.
summarize? Yeah,
I am the
maybe
asshole.
you are. Can you
I
summarize it?
I should have read this first. I didn't read it first. I just read the title and thought
You
this
were
might
just
be funny.
sold about the fat kid who couldn't ride the horse.
Normally, we prefer people booking in person through the receptionist, as it gives more accurate information about what the person is or what their abilities are. We had instances where people lied about their riding experience or height and weight, and as a result, they were put on unsuitable horse/pony. They were put on an unsuitable horse/pony. The most recent one, I was correcting that, by the way, that they wrote it incorrectly the first time.
You just toot?
No, it was my stomach.
No way.
Yeah, it
Sounds
was.
like a fart.
No, it was my lower
Did
intestine.
you shit yourself?
No, I didn't shit I've only shit myself once, okay?
All right, that's
I was
fine.
super sick. I drank bad tap water at the coast. Scarred me.
Anyways,
The most recent one was for... You know what? Shitting yourself is like kind of a terrifying thing, because then you never trust a fart ever again after that.
I mean, I think you build trust.
Have
Rebuild trust.
you ever shit yourself?
Lightly,
What does lightly mean?
like a little bit. I haven't like taken a full ass dump in my pants or like shitted everywhere, but I've taken like where you let a little bit out and you're like, oh, you're like, nope, that's not what I thought it was.
Yeah,
And you-
that's not shitting yourself. Shitting
if
yourself
there's
is
shit
like
in your underwear. How is
shitting
it?
yourself is like,
But if there's shit,
oh God, I've made horrible life decisions,
I've never shit myself.
and I'm probably going to end it after this one.
Yeah. See, no, I've never shat my pants. I've come, like I said, I've like let a little bit out and then be like, oh, and then run to the bathroom and be like, oh, let me stop that. But
Yeah, of course. That's
I've never
after
shit
you
myself.
binge some fast food over the course of a few weeks, and then it catches up to you, right?
I don't have that issue. There's one thing like on a rare.
That's everyone that I know that's
Okay,
shit themselves.
Here's the closest I've been to shitting myself. Not
Uh-huh.
only that, so I used to ride the like the train, the light rail
Mhm.
to school, and it was like an hour long. Like, it was a pretty long ride.
Yeah.
And the night before or the day before, I had made a nacho. I had just a big ass nacho.
Just one
Yeah,
chip.
huge.
Nice.
No, not just one.
Go ahead.
And I put like hot sauce. This hot sauce that was way hotter than I thought it was gonna be on it.
Uh-huh.
And I put Mama's little red peppers on it. Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. And so the next morning, I'm riding the Max, and I'm getting just the fucking, like, it literally feels like there's like fire in my ass, like within like my intestines.
Yeah.
And I was like, two things happen here. Either I sit on this train and fight for my life for the next 30 minutes, or I do what I hate to do and be late to class, and I get off at the nearest stop and I find somewhere to shit. And it was
I would probably skip class, honestly.
yeah. So I got off the train. I made the logical decision to shit. Went into a coffee shop.
Nice.
Of course, you have to buy something.
Of course.
And I'm like, at first I went into a mini mart. They didn't have bathrooms,
Nice.
which is ridiculous. Then
Yeah.
I went to the coffee shop next door, and you had to buy something. So I bought like an Odwalla beverage.
Lovely.
And then I just went to their bathroom and shit my brains out
Proud of you.
and did not drink. I don't know if I drank the Odwalla, and it hurt. That was the only time. But other than that, my point being is I don't get like, people are like, man, I had Chipotle yesterday. I'm going to fucking shit everywhere. It's going to hurt. And I'm like, my ass is bleeding. Like, there was a whole South Park episode about Chipotle making your ass bleed. And like, obviously that was being like hyperbolic.
Facetious. But if you have a what is it called? Hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Your ass does bleed.
I might have a hemorrhoid.
I do.
I used to wipe too hard.
Yeah.
You do have a hemorrhoid?
Yeah, since junior year of high school.
Are you in pain right now? What is a hemorrhoid? Just a cut on your ass?
No, it's a wow. This is like the worst thing to talk about. It's like an inflamed blood vessel in your asshole. It feels horrible.
I'm not laughing at you for having a hemorrhoid.
Well, you should, because I haven't really done anything about it, and I probably should, because this might go poorly in the next 5 years. I'm a grown man. I should probably be. I was 17 when this appeared. I should probably start thinking about this more.
How did you get the hemorrhoid? That's why. Like, how do you?
I'm sorry. Remember, I said I had IBS.
You just shit so
because
much?
of anxiety. So yeah, I just was shitting too much.
You do be shitting.
It was like 3 times a day at one point, which isn't like a lot, but it's a lot for me.
I'm sorry.
So now all of you know this. I hope you look at me the same afterwards. I am a fallible human, just like all of you. Don't forget that. We're all just monkeys on a rock in space.
Some of us have hemorrhoids.
Listen, you make it super existential, and then they'll just forget immediately. We're all going to die one day.
That's how I live my life. It's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find solace in that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you know what? Everyone I know that exists and everyone that will exist, my children, my children's children, very soon in the grand scale of the timeline of existence.
Yeah.
It's all a little blip. And I don't feel, and then it makes your hemorrhoids not feel so bad.
Exactly. And with that, I want to introduce you guys to our podcast. Welcome back to Thoughts with Ben and Zack. We didn't do this at the beginning of the episode because we're dumb. So we're going to cut this into the beginning.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm Zack,
And I'm
one
Ben.
of your hosts.
Oh, whoops. I came in too early.
I'm Zack,
I'm Ben,
and we're both hosting this podcast.
co-host. Equal Opportunity Lenders,
Exactly.
LLC. We're about an hour in. We
Yeah.
didn't finish the... Do we want to finish the horse thing, or was that...
Sure.
I mean, there was a lot of good within it, so...
Yeah.
We can always
I'll get
edit
to
it
the
down.
I'll get to the I wonder if there's a TLDR. No, of course not. Let's see.
What's the gist?
So basically someone lied about their stats. You know, like
physicals?
yeah, like they had like 0 passing yards that season. They said they had 2. And the horse you would get for those stats would be a lot more intermediate level than a...
Hey. You tried your best.
Thank you.
Hey, they're not always going to work.
Not every joke's going to work.
Don't
Please
forget my
keep it in.
toast joke.
I won't forget it. I like that one.
Okay.
So to the actual event. I was finishing riding my horse earlier on today, who is this is insufferable how this is written. Who is fairly small for his breed and is a stallion. As some mares, female horses, parentheses, excuse me, not quotes, are getting in season, he has a bit of a reaction to them. It's also worth noting that I'm fairly short, 154 centimeters.
I don't
No
know the
idea how
metric
tall that is.
system.
Yeah.
It's like 5 foot.
Let's just say 5'1".
Yeah, that's really short.
And sometimes people confuse. It's 30 centimeters per foot, right? You think?
I'm a warm-blooded American, brother. I don't know that goddamn metric system.
Damn metric system.
Goddamn.
And sometimes people confuse me with the teenager. The teenager. And due to me and my horse being short and comfortable, I have invested in some good quality equipment, including a saddle that fits me and him.
This is incredibly detailed.
This really
is like way
it
too much
seems like it
detail.
doesn't really...
It's like,
wait.
get to the fucking point. That's what I'm waiting for. Is
Oh,
the
okay.
point.
So basically what they're saying is that their equipment that they use is good for their size, but
Being a
anyone
little
bigger than them...
pipsqueak.
Yeah, but anyone bigger than them isn't going to have a good time. As I was finishing, a woman with a child approaches me. She asks if her daughter can ride my horse and have a lesson on him. Her daughter is about 12 to 14 years old, taller and bigger than me. Plus, my horse is a private horse and a stallion, so I say no. I tell her she can book through the receptionist, and the receptionist lady can check if we have horses suitable for her daughter. The lady doesn't like it. She said she has booked my horse. I tell her again it's impossible, as the horse is a private horse. Her daughter cannot ride him. She then says she knows the owner, and the owner said it's okay to ride him. I'm kidding. That's a boomer. That is a boomer right there.
I mean, she's very clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
I don't really even need to hear the rest to know that
No, I'm ready
you
for
are
the
not the
punchline.
asshole.
There's a punchline here. So I tell her I am the owner of the horse, and her daughter will not be riding him, as she is too big for him, and the tack, too big for him in the tack, which I'm assuming is the
Equipment.
short for tactical equipment, and doesn't have enough experience. The lady starts swearing and calling me names. I'm just trying to leave at this point till one of the other instructors, redacted, comes to my rescue. The lady tries to rant about me to the other instructor, but redacted repeats what I said about the strict weight, height, and experience policy. The woman called me and redacted assholes and left. She later left a bad review. So this was like pretty disappointing.
Yeah. You invested a lot of time into that.
Yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. That lady is a huge asshole, and I hope, I don't know what I hope for.
I think the real assholes here are us for investing our time in that fucking...
We made you wait through that entire bit just to have such a disappointing send up. Once again, we're going to circle back. I blame the boomers for this. That lady, definitely a boomer. Definitely thinks she's entitled to make up things and lie to people. That reminds me, at work the other day, I do a lot of customer service. And we shipped this lady one of our products.
Mm-hmm.
And we shipped it like maybe a day late.
Yeah.
We're not Amazon, right? Everyone thinks we work like Amazon, where we have a giant ass factory.
You got bags for pissing taped down
Yeah,
your legs, so
no
you
one
don't have to stop working.
No one's taking breaks. No, it's just me. I deal with this. And the lady messages and says, I see that my order just left the city on, I think it was the 4th. Today's what, the 12th?
Yeah.
She messaged that on like the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in Louisiana. She said, do you think that's acceptable? I just replied to her and I said, ma'am, we shipped that within our normal time. Very sorry to hear that. We can't control how fast something ships to you because we're not the shipping company. And
it's like what's the old biblical saying? Let ye without sin be the first to cast a stone. Like
something like that.
Like,
yeah,
oh, like,
I know what you're talking about, though.
You know, that seems right. That sounds biblical.
Yeah.
Ye without sin cast the first stone. Quote. But I do like. I don't get how people act like they're like. There I go, dropping likes again.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me. Anyways, people act like they wouldn't make the same mistake or that those mistakes don't happen or that they don't make, even if you work a totally different job, be like, well, if it was me, I wouldn't allow that to happen. But like,
you want to hear something super fucked up though that I've thought about?
Yeah.
So I have access to like these people's names and their address. And I've really just thought about like
harming these people.
No.
Oh.
Like going into like Google Maps and like screenshotting their residence and then like mailing them a letter in like a Zodiac style, like cutting out letters from a magazine.
It'd be really cool.
It'd
but
just be like, change your ways with a picture of there. That wouldn't go over very well.
No, you'd probably be quickly suspected, but
by the FBI.
Yeah, but
most likely.
I mean, it would teach them a lesson. It would be scary.
I mean, I wouldn't want to receive that. I would not be happy with that. But I would feel better in the moment.
Yeah.
Because someone told me that I'm not moving their package to them fast enough.
You're helping them grow. Move their package. That would get my package moving.
That's just
sex joke.
It's a dark idea.
Yeah, it is.
Also, I heard your sex joke and I rated it a 6
out of
7.
9. Missed opportunity.
Damn.
Again.
Fuck.
No timing. No comedic timing.
I rated a 4.
You can't double back. It's gone.
Out of 20.
You miss. You know what? You missed the boat. Hey,
I'm sorry.
Just own it when you miss the boat.
I missed the boat.
There's times where I miss the boat.
I'm suspended on this island over here.
Putting you in the penalty box for 5 minutes.
I'm watching the ferry sail away.
You gotta hang out with the people from Toastmasters, people who wear Yankees hats,
chimpanzees,
chimps. Chimps were not alien. Chimps are allowed to watch. Oh, well, I guess everyone's a chimp.
Just you wait, chimpanzees.
Dude,
we're coming for you.
Chimpanzees cannot be on the hit list.
Listen, there's only one primate I respect. And that's a Japanese macaque. The
And
really
those
fluffy ones
little-
that
yeah,
sit in
they're
the hot
cute.
tubs.
And well, I love videos of monkeys doing human things. Have
Yeah.
you seen the video of the dudes? They have a chimp, which also it's weird how many people own monkeys.
It's terrifying.
It's like I don't where are people getting access to monkeys, but
Yeah.
they have this chimp and they fucking let him hit a backwood, and he's sitting there and he's clearly just lit out of his mind, and he's wearing like a Vancouver Canadians like hockey jersey, and he's sitting there like looks totally high, and then they give him like Doritos and he's just munching like he's got the munchie, and that's crazy. Like
Just Vancouver things.
I don't know if they're. I mean,
I would
just a hockey
I would
fan.
suspect that's like that sounds very Canadian.
That's a Canadian. Only Canadians would get their chimpanzee fucking lit on a backwood and then film it. He looks so high though. Like that's amazing. He's
I don't know if is that like
seemed illegal.
seems kind of unethical at least.
I knew a dude who used to.
Are you sure you should say this?
Yeah, well, I'm not. It's something. He said he used to just blow weed into his cat's ears and get them high.
Into his ears?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, that's how you get them high. He's like, you just blow it into their ear, and I was like, first of all, why are you getting your cat high?
That poor cat.
He's not gonna fucking sit there and listen to Grateful Dead with you. Second of all, the cat don't want to be high.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He told me that.
I'm no
He's like-
biologist.
and then he goes, you don't do that? And I was like, no. What would I gain from that? Why would I get
What is the benefit of this?
Just got the cat high. You're gonna give him a fucking anxiety attack.
Why is he
cat-
was he high when he
The key
looked up
with-
how to get a cat high?
Yeah.
Because
like,
he said you blow it into his ear.
that's what he said.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean,
I would assume the ear structure of a cat is relatively similar to ours. As to say, we shouldn't have a way to absorb gas into our respiratory system from here. I would assume.
I don't know, man. Again, not the guy to ask.
Yeah,
I know is
I need to get
he
high.
got his cats
and
high.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, at this point, you might as well just figure out if you just get the cats high. Like, yeah, I just like why? What do you?
What is the point of getting
Why?
a cat high?
Yeah, what do you? That's a thought-provoking question. What do you gain from that? Anyways, and I found this sheet of paper that I filled out, and I was just writing my thoughts, and it was the first line was boner, 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 boner. Oh yeah, roll the credits. Boner, boner, boner. And then I think I said that my dog, whose name was Toby, R.I.P., I said, Toby is a fat pussy with a fat pussy.
Nice.
And I said, boner, boner, butt sex. And I said that my cat sucks dick. I was basically just absolutely reaming my pets because it was like, I don't know if I had just learned to swear.
When was this?
I don't know. This was like when I was a kid. I vaguely remember writing it, but I just found it. Like,
Interesting.
so when we were cleaning stuff out,
I see.
does that make sense? So we were cleaning stuff out, and my mom found this sheet of paper, and the first line was boner, 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 and then she said, I don't want to read this. I'll give this to you. I don't know if I want to read the rest. And I was like, well, how bad could it have been? And it was really bad. Actually,
You're a troubled child.
I wish it's on my phone, which is being used right now, but if I had it, I would read it aloud. Wait. Oh.
Boner, 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 boner.
My sister gave me constructive feedback.
Oh, what'd she say?
She literally just sent it. She said, I don't know a lot about podcasts, but I would say have a bit more of a format or structure.
Well,
It's the one thing we can't fucking... Well, we're getting better slowly.
we are getting better.
Let me just go for it.
This episode of Thoughts was brought to you by water again. In the first episode, our pilot episode, they sponsored us. We said, thank you to them. They didn't increase our budget at all. It's probably because of our lack of format. So in this episode, I'm going to drink this entire hydro flask of water, not sponsored, and hopefully I don't die. All right, that's enough. I can't hold anymore. Not a camel. I regret that. Thank you, Water, for the sponsor.
Thanks, Water.
Hopefully I impressed you guys enough to increase our budget by $10.
Always coming through, those guys. Good people.
Love them.
This episode of Thoughts is also brought to you by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Hail Mary.
Amen.
Happy Easter.
That is topical shit.
I figured we would just end with that. I'm kind of shaking now.
And fiend.
Nice. I thought that was pretty good.
Wow. I saw that candle. That's what inspired me.
Nice.